Nearly 100 years ago, a movie comes along to unite everyone. A film that is so terrible that it gives the people something in common, something to hate. Many have come before. Fan Stick, the Emoji Movie, Cats, Morbius. The previous queen, Madam Web, was the one to do it last time, to make people universally agree on it being piss poor. But now, a new contender has taken the spot for its lackluster story, over-reliance on post-production, and product placement everywhere. The new king, and everything wrong with the movies today, all summed up in this 2025 contender for the Razzies, War of the Worlds.
Yeah, this movie was one that looked dead on arrival. I mean, do I really need to explain that a movie is not going to look good when you're just looking at a computer screen? I was going to review this because it was going to join the coveted 0% on Rotten Tomatoes club, but can't do that now. Fucking cowards. You know what? Fuck it. The internet needs a punching bag now. Normally, I try to look at media that will enhance the experience, give colorful insight into the soul, or just to avoid all the mediocre movies out there. But once in a while, you gotta indulge in the junk food, the movies you laugh at, your MST3K viewing experience. Embrace the terrible, embrace the trash.
I'm the trash man!
But enough intro. Let's see why War of the World movie is uniting the world under agreeing it's fucking terrible. So the people who brought us this is director Rich Lee, who started as a sculptor on Broadway, eventually moving to music videos. His filmography only has 2 episodes and this movie. Screenplay was made by Mark Hyman and Kenneth Gold. They have experience with screenplays for Meet the Fockers. The producer, we will get to in a second. But first, we should start with the look of this film. What the hell is it? You have different shots when making film. Over the shoulder shot, reverse shot, centered, roll of threes. There are many different ways to frame a shot to get the message across. Even this film uses some of those techniques, but why all on a computer screen? Well, this is called screen life. An interesting way to get the story across. Before, directors didn't really know how to get information across when it came to new technology. I mean, do you remember how they showed a text being sent? Eventually, people figured out how to do it in post-production using typography to get across different emotions and actions. This screen life pushes it further by being on the computer screen and seeing the characters' reactions and actions through the computer. Getting to the producer, he is the guy who fathered screen life movies. An interesting limitation to put on yourself, and has worked in other movies, as seen by Timur Bekmambetov filmography. Problem is that this is supposed to be a sci-fi thriller movie. It's hard to do that from your computer desk and make a bunch of reaction shots to what is going on. This film, as you have seen, obviously stars Ice Cube as William Radford, DHS analyst officer, going through his morning routine of spying on everyone. For some reason, he has blanket clearance to access all sorts of cameras, from street cameras to drones to car camera, and between meetings and work, is busy invading his kids' privacy and micromanaging their lives. From saying what his pregnant daughter should be eating for the baby, to his son playing video games, and his daughter's boyfriend being an Amazon driver. But enough of that, DHS have to go stop this guy who's known as the Disruptor, apparently his top priority. We also got introduced to Ava Longoria as Dr. Sandra working for NASA, warning Will about the weird weather, but Will doesn't care.
Nope, I watch people, not weather.
But now we get the plot going when the planet is showered by meteors and we see everyone freaking out. By seeing news updates and camera footage that Ice Cube is able to hack into. They try to make it look dramatic, but it's basically just this. They also pull a lot of stock footage of soldiers going and soldiering, doing soldier type stuff or whatever. Soldier! So the doctor approaches one of the meteors and the pods start emerging and showing off their 3D models of the tripods, and they look like Apple branded dystopia. These tripods look like future devices that Apple would send to capture you if you broke contract.
Who completely agreed, they all agreed.
In between emergency and Zoom calls, Will is checking on his kids. Hilariously, he has to get his daughter who was injured to a hospital and has to hack into a Tesla and activate the self-driving. He even has her heart rate monitor being tracked, just to add tension, even though aliens attacking is both the big threat and the not so big threat. His son almost gets killed and is trying to tell him something, but Ice Cube, being Ice Cube, can only scowl. So I'm sure you have noticed that the streets are pretty empty. Even the cast, they are limited to like one person per camera. Well, remember that limitation of screen life on the computer? That's one limitation, and you could still make a great film with it. But what about two? And the second one's a big one. The second limitation that the crew ran into was, well, filming and photography took place between late 2020 and 2022. Post-production started in 2023, but with the film strikes, put another hold on many movies and TV shows. On top of making the timing for your filming being pushed to ridiculous lengths, you have to have your actors and crew basically working together, but not actually interacting with each other. It's why some of these shots look so stilted. This is also probably why a lot of this movie is covered in close-up reaction shots and hardly any scenes where two people are actually acting with each other. So the government tries to fight back and is failing, but everything still looks nice. I mean, compared to the 2005 one, they show the dread, the fear, the misery, buildings just destroyed, everyone fighting for survival. In this one, half the time you're going through the streets or drone footage, everything looks alright. So they figure out that the drones are after our data because it feeds off data. What data exactly? All the data. I am skipping around a bit, but Will finds out the government has been lying. Shocker. And his son is the disruptor. This has Will join his son and his elite group of hackers to try to take down the evil corporation. Oh wait, that's the movie Hackers. This timeline, the government is the enemy for lying, and the corporations are the good guy. Yeah, after the hacker group failed, Dave and Will team up with Mark and Faith to create a biotech virus to have the aliens eat. And we are really wrapping up corporation pandering. So you've been seeing all these different brands pop up in one way or another, making a phone call, brought to you by. It's one thing to have a brand in the film in order to finance it, or make it more real. You see it all the time with real newscasters doing fake reads. It's another to have them actively involved in the movie. These can work. Mitchell and the Machines did it with Furbies, E.T. with Reese's. This movie decides to have Mark use the Amazon Prime Air delivery to transport the virus on a USB stick to Will using the drone he has on him. Yes, they literally place an Amazon order to activate it and fly it through the city, but it gets knocked down. And then they have to bribe a random citizen with a $1,000 gift card to Amazon after hacking into his phone. Then we fly in through the aliens into the building to Will. Honestly, this starts to feel more and more like an ad for Amazon than anything else.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person.
So Will gets the virus to the mainframe, kills the aliens, and now he is watching the government. That is just terrible Photoshop. So I would say this is not a good movie in any respect. Obviously, this is based on the book of the same name, but that's honestly about it. The human connection theme is thrown out since everything is done through screen, no humans touching at all. I think there's only one spot they do that, with Mark and Faith in the hospital. Everyone else is answering Zoom calls. The colonizer theme is mostly lost since all it wants is our data. Which, by the way, what is data going to help the aliens with? Data is supposed to be valuable in that other people can exploit it. Meta has your data to target ads at you. A hacker has your data to blackmail you. Oh, if only I was sponsored. I could put whatever ad for a VPN right here, right now. It's today's sponsored. NordVPN! Staying safe online is an ever-growing difficulty, and it could be exploited by hackers. But aliens are just eating the data, it's not using it. For all I know, it's eating this data. The existential threat theme is gone since the aliens are more or less background noise. Also, bit of a plot hole. They came in meteors and targeted the satellites, so we didn't know that they were coming. Well, why in the hell is the internet still working? I can't connect to YouTube if I go to certain parts of the city, and you're telling me everyone is still reporting, uploading to Twitter? Even after the aliens start to eat all the data from Facebook, somehow, Amazon is still functioning. Why are they still functioning? The human themes of class, faith, survival, scales of impact all get reduced down to family friends on a Zoom call. And the product placement. Oh, the product placement is laughable. From a security officer having super hacker skills to him using Discord, WhatsApp, Microsoft Teams, Zoom to hold the literal government together. And for being a high-rank officer, he seems to do everything himself because I saw no team of his in the building at all. Maybe that's Will wanting to do everything himself, Maybe this is a post-Doge world where privacy is dead, you do the work of 10, and the government lies, even though you work with them to save the world, and then thank them for it later. Also, I guess Amazon delivery drivers are not only expected to deliver packages, but to be emergency paramedics too. This is your future, kids! You're gonna be a delivery driver and a gig work doctor. This honestly is barely a bad movie you could watch ironically. If you're looking for a faithful adaptation of this, you have these 3 to choose from. Each one at least brings something to the table. The 50s one has the goofy aliens. The Tom Cruise one has that 9/11 feel to it. This one actually does the period piece bit. If you want a good hacker movie, or show, Mr. Robot is a lot better and way more believable scenarios, and Hackers is at least fun and hacking. Yeah, you saw them on the computer screens a lot of the time, but you got all those cool graphics of them hacking. And even then, you saw them doing the whole rollerblading thing. I miss rollerblades. This is honestly everything wrong with Hollywood, all wrapped up into one. Over-reliance on CGI and post-production, watered-down scripts. The movie that is meant to be a second screen. That's why the dialogue is so weird sometimes. I am torn on the star's paycheck. On the one hand, this was 2020 during the pandemic, and you didn't know if you were going to be getting a paycheck or work next month. But, at least according to sources, we don't know the budget, but Ava Longoria and Ice Cube were paid $3 to $5 million each. And again, this is their action scenes. This is just a slightly more expensive Sniper Wolf video. For me, War of the Worlds 2025 misses the point of Wells' novel entirely. It shrinks a massive world-ending story into something that feels too small. It makes the hacking and computer side of it feel more like magic. And it's not in the so bad it's good territory like Toxic Avenger. It more or less gives the spotlight to the brands and how great they are. Honestly, this feels more of a movie built by tech bros. It has faces you recognize, not hard to follow scripts. The brands saved the day, and whatever mistakes were made, we could fix in post, which half the time, they don't even do that. Yeah, I see you, green screen. This movie also barely qualifies as a movie, clocking in at 83 minutes and then 10 minutes of credits. Honestly, if you want a fun bad movie, just go watch Toxic Avenger. The original or the new one, take your pick. At the very least, you get to see this. In fact, I'm going to go do that right now. Japan, out!